Hola, ¿cómo están todos? My name is Brenda Garza, and you are watching Talk the Talk.
Ya tú sabes, mi amor. Omar Carrillo, mami. Ya nos pasamos de copa y la locura te llegó a la mente. Entrada la noche y te noto impaciente. Quieres que yo me pase, que corra todas las pases. Por debajo de la mesa yo te siento muy caliente.
Brenda, you have a lot of experience in the world of entertainment. Tell me what it is about TV, radio, film that inspire you to work in those areas.
Yes, so my experience with TV actually started when I was very little. For the most part, I knew I had to be on TV since I was maybe like 6 or 7 years old. I remember looking at the television and just knowing that that's where I belonged. I knew that that's what I wanted to do. I didn't know what it would be, but I knew that that's where I wanted to be. And so what happened is, little by little, things just started gravitating towards you. It's no big secret that if you call it out, the universe will give it to you. And so that's basically what happened. So as I was growing up with, in choir and things like that, they were always asking us, to do things for commercials and things like that. So ever since I've been very young, I've been very fortunate that things just come my way. So from commercials to back in the day, modeling and having my own TV show, it was absolutely given to me by the universe, because I don't think I ever auditioned, and it just came to me. So I absolutely love television. I feel as though, even though there's so much negativity out there, there are shows like this that gets the message across for a lot of local talent. And there's a lot of good news that's happening, especially here in the Rio Grande Valley. There's a lot of amazing things happening, and I think that television really does that. Now it's not so much TV, right, but it's more on YouTube and on social media, things like that. But yes, I mean, that I've been in love with TV since I was very, very young. And so yeah, that's that's basically how I fell into that.
What is it you do for a living? Can you explain it to me and the audience?
So what I do is, I am the marketing manager at Sylvan Learning, and what I do is basically, anything that entails with marketing, from doing the social media to graphics to getting our name out there to parents who might not know who we are. And so basically, that's what I do. I market Sylvan Learning, and basically, as a person, you always market yourself, right? So a lot of people don't know that whatever you're putting out on social media, whether good, bad, or the just plain creepy, that it'll come back to you. I don't know how much you want that to come back to you, whether good or bad or the ugly, but just know that you are representing yourself. So what I like to do is basically just provide happy feedback. I love to share that I've had a good day. I love to share things that I've done with my family. I don't necessarily gravitate towards the negative unless it's something that's very meaningful to me, that you need to get the word out there. But yeah, so what I do is I do the marketing for Sylvan Learning, as well as for the South Texas International Film Festival.
Do you have any experience in acting, or have you ever done that?
So It's a funny story. Have I ever been in a film? Yes, I have been. But it's such a funny story. Although I love to speak in public, I absolutely love talking and motivating and teaching in public. I can do it from, 10 people to 1,000. I don't know why that is, but I absolutely love it. When it comes to acting, though, I was a closet actress. I kid you not. Again, I was always just asked, hey, you want to be in this commercial? Hey, you want to do this? So I never really auditioned for anything, right? And so a couple of years ago, I finally told myself, hey, you're only getting older, and if you don't do it now, you're never going to do it. My heart was racing out of my brain, out of my chest, and I finally said, you know what, I'm gonna audition for this film called Gift of an Angel, right? And I was going for one of the lead roles, Luisa. And I got there and they asked me, oh, are you ready? And I'm like, ready? Sure. And they're like, you can bring your script. And I was like, what script? Now, mind you, I have never really read a script. I've never really focused on it. I know inside of me that I am an actress. I know it. But I was always so afraid, kind of like karaoke, and I'd love to sing, just don't ask me to karaoke because I will not do it. And so I auditioned for this role, and Lord and behold, I found out, 2 weeks later that I had gotten the part, right? And I was like, what? Because I had never auditioned before. I didn't even know the script. I literally read it in less than 5 minutes and just went for it. And I'm over here shaking and trembling, and the excitement, the adrenaline was just so amazing that I absolutely fell in love with it. And when they tell you got the part, you're just like, oh my God, I got the part. Like that commercial, I got the job. And it was so amazing because for the first time I had auditioned. Well, turns out they had to do a lot of rewriting, and I get a call this past November, and they said, hey, we're filming, we're shooting, the part is yours, and guess who you're gonna be filming with? And I said, who? And they said, Alyssa Milano, who we all know from, the Who's the Boss, and obviously Charmed and Project Runway, and this amazing show on Netflix that I had just watched called Insatiable. And I was like, what? And then they said, oh yeah, and Christian de la Fuente, who is a Chileno, and he's in all of the novelas. Angel Parker, who is on Marvel's Runaways on Hulu, and who had been in Lab Rats on Disney, and then I'm just like, what? I was like, I auditioned for this part, some time ago. By that time it had already been a year. And I got this part, and I get to be surrounded by this amazing cast and crew, including my daughter, who is played by Eva Binder, who's been on Greg's Anatomy and All Rise. And, I get to play her mom. And it was the most amazing thing I had ever done. For it being my first audition and landing it, and then being in a film with these who I used to admire when I was younger, especially Alyssa on Who's the Boss and in Charmed, one of my favorite shows because I love the supernatural and sci-fi. And I mean, just to imagine that you're part of that, it was amazing. I fell in love with it, and I still audition for things now just because of that one role that really meant the world to me. And if you want, you can actually check it out. They changed the name though, and right now it is in post-production, and it's called Imaginary Lines.
Being a part of the South Texas International Film Festival committee, you have to have a favorite film. I'm curious to know, what is your favorite film?
Oh my God, my favorite movie. I kid you not, I have a lot of movies. I literally have over 400 movies. But there's one in particular that I can see over and over and over, and you're gonna think I'm crazy. But again, I love fantasy, sci-fi. I love the futuristic type of movies, and you might know of it, you might not even know anything of it. It's a Steven Spielberg movie called Ready Player One, and I am absolutely infatuated with this movie. I can literally put it in my DVD and have it, I'm just hearing it while I'm either working or whether I am doing homework. And I can see it over and over and over again, and I absolutely love it. If you haven't seen it, it's called Ready Player One, and it's basically, in the future, and how, virtual reality is such a huge part of society, and that is exactly where we're going. And so, I love it, and if you haven't seen it, you totally have to.
Okay, Brenda. So now we asked you about film. I need to ask you about TV. So what would be your favorite TV show or television show of all time?
Oh, my favorite TV. My favorite TV show. Again, sticking to the theme, I fell in love with The 100 from CW. Now, I just love CW in general. I love all of their shows, from the vampire shows to Glee to any show but The 100. My God. Again, dealing with the future, what happens in the future, what happens when the world just dies, what is going to happen to civilization, to humankind. And I have always been all about recycling and saving the planet. And when you talk about what is going on with us and in the future, I kid you not, I almost hyperventilated. I almost got like a panic attack in season 4 and 5, and give it up to Blood Reina. I love her. Totally need to watch it. It's on Netflix, so you get to see the whole series.
Tú eres loca, loquita, y si la ropa te quita, te quedas hasta mañana, amarrada a mi cama.